This is a video to show the detail on the construction of a hood soffit. This is where the range will be located. The wire there is for a range hood. And this is a decorative piece that will, the hood will be mounted up to, so it gives it a clean look. You'll see also the stepped appearance between the opening with the fridge and the cabinet above and the corner cabinet. This stepped appearance was created intentionally for some appeal, and you can also see that the feature here comes out I think it's about 3 inches from the cabinets on either side. To go into the detail, if we look from below, you can see that the corners have been cut at a 45 using the sliding miter saw. Okay, those 3 pieces were assembled using our CA glue or super glue with the activator spray. And then once those were installed, the bottom piece was cut to fit. This actually required some honing of this edge using a sander, just because obviously when you're dealing with drywall there can be some imperfections. Not a problem though. We are also showing crown all the way around the top to mimic the other features here. On the inside, we have a brace that's fastened to the wall, and using the Craig jig, I actually assembled the 3 sides. Used CA glue first, and then I used some bracing, sorry about the angle there, some bracing on either corner in order to really hold those corners tight to prevent any kind of splitting. I'll also mention that the dimension we were going for with this, the height overall, I added 3/4 of an inch. And the reason why is with many of our cabinets when there's crown molding, we'll go ahead and apply a 3/4 inch tall piece of material, and then to have something for the crown to fasten onto. In this case, because we're fabricating this on site out of the melamine, it was unnecessary to do that extra step, so I just cut it 3/4 of an inch longer. And then when I was applying the crown molding, I actually just marked 3/4 of an inch in the center on either side, and then lined it up so that we had the appropriate reveal here, okay? So again, these 3 pieces were assembled initially with the CA glue. The corner braces came next. And then I made this piece to fit. Essentially, once these were, I'm kind of jumping around here, but this is the process. This is fastened to the cabinets here and here. I put an additional screw there just to really hold everything right and tight. That, I believe, was a 2-inch screw. So it's not only going through the sides, but also through the bottom piece of this, okay? So the same thing is on the cabinet over here. So again, once these 3 pieces were fastened to the cabinets, then I made this piece, and I made it so that it would be flush. I'm sorry, it would be 3/4 inch above. Actually, I'm gonna go back. I actually put the bottom in and attached it. Okay, and then I put this in, attached it to the wall with the Craig jig holes already put in it. And then I went ahead and fastened it down with, I believe it was 1 1/4 inch screws. That is just to make sure that I'm not relying solely on the left and right fastening, but that I'm really holding this up from below. The really important thing is that you get your depth right on this so that the screw doesn't blow through the bottom, because the melamine, the facing on the material doesn't look good if you do that. So obviously be real mindful of that. I'm trying to think if I did anything else. Yes, so I kind of maybe went overboard. Forgive me, I just slipped on my ladder. I added 1 final brace in the front. So that's not only screwed from above, but it's fastened into the face here, really just to make sure this is super tight. I will say that the CA glue, when you apply it, you can experience where it can make the joint grow a little bit here. In that case, this came in really tight. I actually had this piece here was bowed in just a little bit, okay? The dimensions here were spot on, from here to here, and from back, left and right, these returns, that was spot on. But yet, when I put it in the cabinets, it had a bit of a squeeze like this. So the good thing is with all the bracing I put in, once I actually pulled it to the cabinet and fastened it in, it's dead on, it's right and tight. I did go back into these joints after the bottom. So again, putting the bottom in, fastening it with those two pieces of blocking, and to the cabinet itself. I went ahead and applied it was over here, applied some caulking just to make sure that these joints were real clean, looking really good, a little bit of caulking there. And I think it turned out great. I think it's a good feature for anyone who's going to have a range hood. So that's really all I have. Thank you very much.